Thank God it's Friday. Huh? It's not Friday, oh. It's Thursday. Actually, in my mind, this is my last day on the show, so permit me to celebrate myself. Welcome to the show. This is Tokwe Markadige, and I'm your host for today. As usual, we have the ladies in the building. YK, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, good morning. You and I on the same flight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I just noticed you didn't get it.
We had a different memo.
No, we didn't get the memo.
We didn't get the memo.
We have a special co-host joining us today, someone with a very, very wonderful CV, but we're going to talk about that later. I'd like to introduce to our audience Mokesioluwa Seun Adedamola. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
So our audience don't know anything about you, and this is their first impression. So just tell us something.
Other than the fact that I'm a lawyer.
Okay, something else.
Well, I'm also a politician.
Oh. Interesting.
Confusing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, I live here in Lagos, I'm a mother of two. I run a law practice.
Awesome.
And, I'm hoping to get a seat at the table of politics in Nigeria.
Ushe.
You know,
And that's a good way to start. All right, Obiajulu, how you doing?
You don't have a husband?
wife. A wife of one.
A wife of one.
I need to say that too. A wife of one
And a mother of two.
and a mother of two. Thank you for the effort.
That wife should have preceded so that we don't categorize you under the
I take the hint, my lord. Thank you.
I'm doing
How
great.
you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering why do I have my Googles on. But I have it for a reason. By next week, I'll take it out.
I was in shock when I saw you with glasses.
You saw me with glasses yesterday.
I said,
What happened?
Ordinary glasses, sunglasses. I said, qu'est-ce que c'est, Obiajulu? What is happening?
Oh, I see.
God, so you speak French?
No, you don't hear the way she said it.
Yes,
She said it.
no, she got it right. That's how I'm wondering. She speaks French.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm good. I'm getting ready for work. I have a script on my table, so I'm trying to read my line, get my lines. So as an actor, the first thing is to get your lines.
That thing is tough.
It's tough, and I have lines. Like, they really gave me a major role. I have long lines, and I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm preparing gradually, getting ready. I like to go on set and make a very good impression so that they call me back. So this is my second time going back on that
same
set.
director.
Yes, and they now give me something good.
Because you did well the first time.
So I cannot follow anybody's hand. I'm studying.
Interesting.
You know,
Well
the funniest
done.
thing is, when I do these roles, I learn the lines. When the camera is on me, I just forget. The lines just fly
Okay,
out
we'll
of my
forgive
head.
you as per old age, but it's
think
just that we know some
because you're
90-something
not
year
doing
old
it-
actors.
No, she's
So
not
it's
doing
about
it regularly, so with time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think you get better. The time I tried it, it wasn't working. Anyway, we'll take a quick break. When we return, I know you're curious about what's happening in the papers. We'll discuss it after the break. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. We'll be starting with the front page review, and we're taking the nation first. So, Buhari cautions APC against imposition of candidates. That's the major headline. They won't die in vain. Very sad story. Family speaks on pilots who died in crashed trainer jets. Power sector fails to meet 4,500 megawatt target. How decision on Dariye Nyame was taken by presidency. CJN judges against illegal wealth flamboyance. Train attack. Kaduna gives families of death victims 18 million naira. Gunmen abduct 4 family members in Abuja. All right, so sad stories, sad stories, sad story. Which are you starting with?
What story do you have?
I want to take the gunmen abduct.
Go ahead.
Yesterday, 4 gunmen attacked a family in Abuja, in the Kuje area, and they got there. They started shooting sporadically. Then they entered into the house, and they told each of the family members to bring a bag. Every time they brought the bag, they would reject the bag, and they said there was a particular bag that they were looking for.
Yes, obviously.
So they had information?
They had information, obviously.
Yes, they had information. And then they brought the bag that they wanted. They accepted the bag. Then they took the husband, one of his daughters, his brother, and his sister-in-law. And
And left.
An eyewitness, one of the neighbors, said there were about 30 in the community and about 9 entered
Inside
into
the house.
And they're begging the police to please
find a way to release these people that have been abducted.
Yes.
So the Kaduna State government has approved the disbursement of 18 million to families of 9 people killed aboard the ill-fated Abuja-Kaduna train that was attacked by terrorists. So according to the Executive Secretary of the Kaduna State Emergency Management Agency, KADSEMA, he said yesterday that the governor had approved the disbursement of 2 million naira each to the family members of the deceased, and also they are going to be giving 250,000 naira each to the 22 persons that were injured. And you know, it was when the case happened, they were able to respond. They were one of the first responders. They responded immediately. They were able to take people to the hospital. They are still chasing for the bandits who were responsible for this accident. So I pray that the money is not life. If you've lost life and you have money, it's not going to be commensurate to what you have lost, but at least it's a step in the right direction to sort of give succor to the family members.
All right, so I want to take the story about CJ, and I believe that would interest you. So the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Ibrahim Mohammed, has warned all the newly, he was swearing in new judges, and then he warned them that there must be no illegal wealth and flamboyance. He was saying this, that they would be on the lookout. So all the new judges should shun flame glory, should burn out of corrupt practices, and that they must shun unmerited wealth, dishonest disposition, and never should they engage in any activity that make you regret ever being a judicial officer. Now, being a lawyer, I'm surprised we're having to tell judges this because they should already have this as their standard.
I don't think that, my Lord, the Chief Justice was telling them because they already know. Is to, you know, sometimes you have to remind people. And when they swear you in, you know, we call judges my Lord for a reason. There are very few people you call my Lord, and one of the few people you call my Lord are judges. So, yes, I think my Lord, the Chief Justice, was just reminding them, don't you forget. And it's very key because a nation cannot survive without justice.
True. So true.
And so they're so pivotal.
Yes.
And that is why I also lend my voice to what my Lord has said and said it's very key. Without justice, the nation will just continue.
Another person seeking justice, that BC will take the story. These cute boys, young boys.
Young pilots that lost their lives. Very painful story. Yes, so their names are Abubakar Mohammed Al-Khali and Elijah Haruna Karatu. So they've been laid to rest. The family members are just, you know, lamenting. Say these are very young boys that were very promising. They led good lives, and they were all about hard work. And so they know that we have lost them. But the lives of these Nigerian Air Force people, they naturally do not die in vain. They are there to, we'll always remember them for the good works that they are doing. And so they just continue sharing their experiences. The big brother of one of them kept saying that he wants to believe that it was time for him to go, and that's why he's dying, because he's, you know, older to him and he's still alive, but he wants to just believe Allah that you cannot go except your time has come. And I just hope that they will really be pacified. I just hope that their souls will rest in perfect peace.
So I was
going to take the story on how they arrived at the pardon of Dariye and Inyami. So the presidency has come out in the name of the Chief Press Secretary, Garba Shehu, who has said, Publicity Secretary, sorry, saying that there are many factors that they take into consideration, and one is their health, and that Nyame and Dariye are suffering from ill health. That's why they
old age. And they've shown remorse.
And that they've shown remorse.
And it will be insensitive for the president to know that they have shown remorse and
not
they
do
are old
anything about
and not do anything. And they will just get away with the corruption.
And he followed the constitution.
And his pay is not in any way, it will not affect the anti-graft battle.
Really? Fantastic. Let's move on to the Punch. Major headline. Presidential primary. APC silent on zoning. Nigerians condemn 100 million nomination fees. Says it will encourage corruption. And another person in reply says, no, it will deter unserious aspirants. In other news, we have multinational joint task force kills 27 terrorists. Buhari insists insurgency, not religion, not religious. imported vehicles, CITN to engage customs, others over 15% NAC levy. Power tariff shortfall hits 247 billion. The government clears debt till December. That's from the federal government report. You can read the picture. This Kaduna crash, late pilot's family laments. The Nigerian Air Force begins probe. NECO postpones common entrance exam over low registration. That's an interesting story. OAU indicts professor accused of robbing private parts on students. 9 feared killed in Akwa Ibom, Osun, Edo clashes. Ogu creates IDP camp ahead of imminent flooding. Lagos police grill Chrisland. Parents over pupil sexual acts. 131,376 retirees withdraw 32 billion naira. Quit pension scheme, that's from PENCOM, and SIM NIN registration. Telcom consumers set to sue federal government, demand policy suspension. And finally, imports, forex restriction, worsen food inflation in Nigeria from World Bank. Which of all these are we dealing with first?
Can I take the OAU first?
Please, go ahead.
Yes, the lecturer was in charge of the, or is in charge of the incantations and stylistics department of the Department of Linguistics and African Languages. His name is Joseph Okbefi Yemi. Sorry.
It's okay.
Is it your name now?
It's a Yoruba name, but I didn't read it properly. Anyway, so the lady says he called her into the room and said he was asking, you know, what's happening in the university? I didn't come yesterday. So he said, oh, there's a blockade on Road 7, so don't go that way. He said, good though. Then he now got up to go to the door, and then she, carrying his bag, she now got up to help him with his bags. The next thing, he just held her from behind and started robbing her. And
was groping.
And then he dragged her down, and then he started to say incantations. He said, Mo fe ki emi atiye jo wa papo.
That's not incantation.
That one is...
That's Yoruba.
What does that mean?
It means
That's
us to be together.
Auntie Annie, that's not incantation. But she felt,
She said,
the paper said it is an incantation.
that she said it 3 times.
It's to,
She said it 3 times.
oh, maybe the manner with which he said
An
it.
incantation.
Let us be together.
Mo fe ka wa papo. And he now says again, but problem Timoni tell me, boy, Ajibade yen, but mi ò rò pé ìyẹn kò jẹ́ problem. That the problem I have is that's your boyfriend, Ajibade, but I don't think that's
So he had
problem.
he had intention for a long time.
Situation.
Let's take a quick break. Digest that. When we come back, we continue with the front page review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News, watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come on. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the
Thanks for staying with us. So we'll be continuing the front page review from The Punch. I know, BC, you had the story.
The major headline. Yes, so the APC, after its 11th National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja yesterday, said that they will begin the sale of governorship forms and State of Assembly. They'll start the selling of the forms on Saturday. And they also went ahead to tell us some of the prizes. However, they refused to talk about zoning. So probably they are opening the sale of forms to everyone. Yes, so they hadn't spoken whether they were going to zone it to a particular part of the country or not. So now they pegged their nomination forms. The presidential ticket was pegged at 100 million.
Wow.
So the nomination form is actually 70 million, but 30 million will go for the expression of interest. The House of Assembly expression of interest form will go for 500,000, while the form itself will go for 1.5 million. That's 2 million in total. The nomination form for the House of Representatives will sell for 9 million, while 1 million will go for the expression of interest. Senatorial aspirants will purchase their own forms for 3 million each and 17 million each, while expression of interest form will be 3 million, making it 20 million in total. Governorship aspirants expression of interest form will be 10 million, while the nomination form will be 40 million, which is a total of 50 million. they went ahead to say that youths, and they define youths from the age of 25 to 40, will purchase their sale of interest form with 4% discount.
4?
Yes. 40% discount on the nomination fees. And they said for women, they are going to get their forms free, but they will purchase the interest. Nomination, yes, interest.
So, I know.
Now, Nigerians came
It's our hot topic.
Yes, okay, let's
It's our hot topic. We will discuss it.
Yes.
So if you have interest in that topic, stay with us all through the show and get your hands on your YouTube so that you can comment. We will read it. I know you wanted to take the story about power shortfall.
Oh, yes. So, for everybody that lives in Nigeria, the power sector, again, has failed to meet 4,500 megawatt target. Now, the federal government is yet to meet the target. It's set for 2022 in accordance with its power sector recovery program. You know, it's disheartening that we're talking about 4,500 megawatts.
Like it's a big deal.
I'm telling you, as a nation.
The entire nation.
There's some airports in the world that they generate more than that.
Wow.
You know, so it's something that...
Whoever our Minister for Power is, we should know that.
It's just...
NEPA brought a bill for
and they keep bringing the bills, don't they?
Of 818,000.
Why don't you just generate your power?
You don't have lights. And we were buying diesel.
Regularly.
Back to back. I mean, it's as if it is a target at small businesses or small and medium businesses.
The ones they can catch.
Just fail. Because why? Why you don't bring light and you are still bringing, you have the audacity. There is no
justification.
Checks. No checks and balances.
Yeah, not at all.
You just bring bills to people, you say that's your
and you cannot appeal it.
Take it or leave it.
And you can't appeal. You have to appeal. And I know that there are ways to
I've written
appeal.
letter to them.
Yes, you appeal.
It will not yield anything.
They don't.
It is just, I say, the way they treat us in this country is disgusting.
Really bad. But a bit of good news that I think I should highlight. The multinational joint task force has been able to neutralize 27 Islamic states in the West African province, with the Air Force, the Air Task Force also joining. So the Chief Military Public Information Headquarters of that unit, that's Colonel Mohammed Dole, in a statement on Wednesday mentioned how, sadly, one of our soldiers died during the attack, but in the attack, they were able to neutralize 20 terrorists in one particular, Tudum Fulani and Tudum Rago, where they neutralized 20, and in Tudum Rago, they were also able to get shallow corpses that were filled with Boko Haram corpses were discovered there. So there is a bit of victory in this particular model of working with other nations. So this is not about Nigeria alone. This is a multinational joint task force. And it's been very effective. We've been hearing reports over and over again of how, because we're not fighting a local battle. The battle we're fighting, people from this community, from that attack Nigeria, some of them are in other countries, come in and go back. So this has been successful. Let's move on to Daily Sun.
I just say something quickly to that. I just want to commend our military. I think we don't celebrate them enough in this part of the country. Sometimes you see videos of soldiers abroad.
Especially the ones on the artillery, on the battlefield, they do a whole lot. Thank you for your sacrifice. Daily Sun major headline: insecurity, Buhari blows hot, promises harsh measures. We're going to be tough henceforth, he vows. I wonder why henceforth is added to that story. Gunmen bomb police facility in Anambra, kill 5, attacks reps convoy, abducts cleric in Akwa Ibom, Plateau, and Castina. Buhari orders health minister to submit progress reports on local vaccine production. Says Nigeria must look inward for food and medical supplies. Why insecurity is widespread in Nigeria from the EU, says nation's media freedom slowly being eroded. The Nigerian Air Force probe causes of the trainer aircraft clash in Kaduna. We've taken that story already. NECO reschedules exam for Unity schools based on less than 30% Nigerian girls in primary school transit to secondary school. That's another story entirely attached to it. 2023, Anambra stakeholders endorse Obi for presidency. Scores feared dead as Ilaje Ebeno natives clash in Akwa Ibom, and shock knocks as APC pegs presidential forms at 100 million. So let's talk about the health.
Let me talk about the European Union.
Okay.
So they are saying that the recent spate of insecurity in Nigeria is as a result of the poor state of the economy and poverty, which was largely created by the combined effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. We also have a problem of inflation and drop in crude oil prices. Now, they were having a meeting at the World Human Rights and Democracy Report 2021 when they made this known. So they just highlighted all the problems that they feel that we have. They talked about the fact that they think that the federal government is trying as much as possible to gag the media. They said we have a problem of widespread sexual and gender-based violence. We have a problem of child marriage, female genital mutilation, trafficking in human beings, arbitrary harassment of journalists and citizens, discrimination against LGBTI persons, death penalty, and all the things that they feel is our problem without really giving us a way to come out of it.
Okay. And scores fair debt in Akwa Ibom in a communal clash between the Ilaje people and the natives of Ibeno local government. They are from Akwa Ibom. It has led to the death of several people. Many of them have fled their homes. It started from, they said they think it started from somebody that was killed. And then to retribution, they went and started to...
And caused more harm.
Fight. They fought and they've burned their houses. Many of the Ilaje people left
their houses. Like you said, justice. As long as people feel like justice can't happen, they take laws into their own hands. Yeah. You want to take the NECO story?
Yes, NECO reschedules exams for Unity schools. And this is sad, sad, sad. Less than 30% Nigerian girls in secondary school in primary school transit to secondary school. It's very vital that a woman must be able to stand on her own. You know, we talk about abuse, we talk about all sorts of things happening in the society. One of the things that empowers any girl child is your capacity to be able to have economic value to your life.
Exactly.
And one of the easiest ways to do this is to go to school, to get an education.
Let me quickly get through another.
Please.
Yeah. Vanguard, major headline, we've taken the story. It's about the APC, buckle to forces, opt for indirect primaries. Train attack, we've taken that as well. Protest in Edo, gunmen on rampage in Anambra. And there's a story we haven't taken. Osinachi, Nwachukwu will be charged to court if postmortem finds him culpable. And that's a big if postmortem finds him culpable. Then we have the NURTW crisis. Police arrest 5 as MC Oluomo, Isijaba's loyalist clash in Lagos.
Yes, so let me quickly take the Osinachi story. The police said that they are going to find him culpable if, after the investigations, because they are planning to do an autopsy to determine the cause of death. After that, he's been found that if he was the one that caused her death, they are going to take him into... he's going to pay for it according to the law. And so all the investigations are beginning. They are looking at the stories that everybody's bringing together. They are investigating. And I hope, let me not say I hope that he's found culpable. If he is actually guilty, let him be found culpable. Okay, because anything can happen that it was as a result of the domestic violence that caused the illness, but it's not the illness, it's not the domestic violence that caused the death at the time.
Yes, yeah. So I think it's sadly, we've discussed this thing several times, but it's still a topic that many lawyers will need lawyers to decide. Because if someone dies and then they find out that the person had been in domestic violence situation, can we charge the person for domestic violence?
It's not the cause of death.
You can't.
No, not for the cause of death, but just...
Maybe it's not the cause of the death.
Oh,
what can you do
he
now?
still be charged for
the domestic violence that he did?
After the person has died?
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if he's not the cause of death?
No,
yes.
Who's going to be the witness?
I know he's going to be the complainant.
The family. The complainant is the government against him marrying somebody else and then beat another person to death. We need to be able to discuss these things. Because he can still marry a person.
It's
not about the death now. A proven case that he beats.
That happened before the death. Can you bring an action
against him?
The state can.
I think we will discuss it. Let's take a break. You people, you lawyers, they should tell us what we should do.
No, the family can sue him.
But why can't we need to take a break? Newspaper review is over for now. the hottest gist in Nigeria. 100 million naira. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us right now from Lush Hair is Finifolúwa Olúwafẹ́mi.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I hope we tried to make you feel welcome before the show started. And I know that this is a sponsored segment from Lush and they have an agenda. So tell us a bit about yourself before we go into why Lush Hair brought you on the show today.
Okay, my name is Olúwafẹ́mi Finifolúwa Deborah. I graduated from Babcock University. I studied international law and diplomacy. I'm a beauty model, face model. I'm also a content creator, and I have a business that I own on the side. So that's just a little bit about myself.
Okay.
That's awesome. So how did you hear about the Lush Pink Bell?
So I have been following Lush Hair Nigeria for a couple of while now, way before the Lush Pink Bell. So I saw it on their Instagram page, and that's how I got to know about the Lush Pink Bell.
And then you decided to participate.
Yes,
How has the experience been for you?
The experience has been really exciting. There is nothing better than working in a very positive environment. Whenever I go to work with Lush Hair or whenever I'm working with them, I feel very comfortable. Working with them has taught me how to work with different type of creatives, like different photographers, different makeup artists, hairstylists, fashion designers, and the likes. Then Lush Hair Nigeria has also helped me to grow as a person, as a face model. Your dream is always to be in front of the camera, to be pretty, to be beautiful. And yes, Lush Hair has actually helped me achieve my dreams. Lush Hair has helped me to attend different events that I wouldn't attend on a normal day. Beauty West Africa, Fashion Week, the likes.
So in what capacity do you work with them? So for
like
people
what
who are
exactly
watching to understand, what exactly do you do?
So I'm the face of Lush Hair 2022, one of the Lush Pink Bell.
Oh, interesting.
Thank you very much.
And you didn't have to do any connection to get into that space.
No, not at all.
Just applied normally.
Okay, so this is how it was.
Walk us through the process.
Yes. So you apply on Instagram at first. You send them a video of yourself, introducing yourself. Then they select a few. When I mean a few, up to, let me say, 200, 250. Yes. So you come for a physical interview.
About 200 of you?
Yes.
Wow.
You come for a physical interview. They ask you questions about yourself, about how you've been, how you've been working as a model, how everything has been for you, how you can help the brand, how you can work for the brand. They ask you questions. They tell you to walk.
That's why your intelligence comes in.
They tell you to walk and do other things. Tell you to showcase your hair, let's say the length of your hair, the type of hair you're on, natural, permed hair. Then you go to the real deal, when people have to vote for you. You have to tell your friends, your family members to vote for you. It was very, very it was very, very plain because all the voting process was open, very transparent, open. People that could vote for you could see how they are voting for you, how you as someone that is partaking in the competition, you can also see how people are voting for you. So it was very, very plain, and it was very, very difficult, really tough. The competition was something. It was something.
Do they pay you well?
Yes, they do.
That's really good. I wanted to ask, so I know that there's going to be the Lush Pink Bell 2.0.
Yes. 2.0.
So what's the process towards that?
It's going to be great. It's going to be bigger. Bigger, like when I mean bigger, it's going to be very, very great. It's going to be a proper beauty contest. Like you have to bring in your A game. You have to be the best. You have to be you to actually win it. You have to be you.
So what message or advice would you give to young girls who are looking into...
used to be models.
Yeah.
We met as models.
Yeah, honestly. What advice would you give to young girls who want to go into modeling?
So all I can say is your beauty can only take you so far. I, as a face model, there was a point whereby I decided to stay away from it. I don't want to do this anymore. But thankful to parents that are really, really supportive.
My parents are involved. Really?
My family members.
After you studied, what did you say you studied?
International law and diplomacy.
And then they allowed you to continue with face modeling.
Yes, they
Interesting. Shout out to good parents like
I'm so grateful because they kept on motivating me. You can do this, go for it. You can do this, keep pushing. You're going to be the best and all of that. So being beautiful is not everything. Your attitude, the way you address people, the way you talk to people, the way you treat people would actually take you so far.
Your character.
Yes, your character, your behavior, your determination would actually take you so far in this industry, the modeling industry.
I'm sure YK likes the fact that you're a dark-skinned model. And you're modeling with your dark skin. YK,
She's
don't you like the
a
fact
natural
that she's
police
dark-skinned?
She's a nice, pretty girl.
You can also try out for fashion modeling because you have the physique for it.
In Nigeria, you have to be a certain height to go into fashion modeling. If you're not
I think things are changing, no?
Hopefully.
You could
Things
try.
are changing. You could try. Things are changing.
Thank you.
I'm happy you won organically, and you didn't have to go and sleep with people.
Oh my God.
You know, which is a good thing. You know, it shows that maybe things might be improving.
At a point, I was really scared that should I go for this, should I not go for this? But my mom kept on saying the worst that could happen is that you will not win, and that's just it. So just go for it, and I did, and I was actually really surprised that I did this. I actually won this. So,
And I think that's a really good message to leave in the hearts of people that, you know, the worst that could happen is you fail, but you'll be happy
that you tried.
And then you'll be happier if, like Finifoluwa, you win. So go try out the Lush.
And if you don't win, try again.
Exactly. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we talk about that topic I told you about. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News, watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics.
Thanks for staying with us. So it's a gisting Thursday, but this gist is essential to everyone because we've been concerned about Nigeria, and part of our concern is how do we get better leadership? How do we get better people in positions of power? Now, we're already in the political season, and many political parties are now declaring the conditions for presidency and different positions. APC released the bombshell yesterday, and it's made the news everywhere this morning. We're going to be discussing the cost of aspiration form, the cost for expression. So BC mentioned it during the newspaper review that presidential expression, that's you are indicating I am interest, that's your interest, will cost you 30 million naira to show you are interested. Before you will now pay 70 million naira for the form itself. And then you also have a 3 million naira interest form if you are going to become a senator. So we want more women in place of power, and they've done a bit of concession for women. They say women would only pay for the interest and not pay for the form itself. They've also done concession for young people that if you are less than 40, between 25 to 40, you would only pay 60%. They've given all the young people 40% discounts. Are these discounts good enough? Is the price good enough, considering that we're complaining currently that the cost of election is too high? That's our topic for today. Join the conversation.
100 mila.
Please, let me give you our numbers. Call us on 081-270-53687, or you can call us on 091-390-76984. Now, the number is already on your screen. Quickly screenshot it, or quickly take a picture. Don't be calling us and saying you did not get in touch. Try. We want to hear from you as well. YK, 100 million naira.
100 million.
But this is just from APC now.
This is just to buy. I want to be president from APC, not campaign. The one that we give INECO, not the one that we used to campaign. This is just, I want to contest, and I might lose. Now, my question to them is this. If you are buying a form of 100 million, when you reach there, you will first want to recoup that 100 million before you start any work.
That is in the realm. That is in the realm of speculation.
Don't bring your lawyer work here. Don't bring your lawyer work. I'm talking as a citizen. I'm talking as a concerned citizen.
No, but speculation. But YK, we have seen many cases where people will say, my community, people who believe and trust me, gathered the money and bought a form for me.
Coke for you.
Solo Coke, thank you. I'm watching my weight.
They did not say that this is how much you as an aspirant have to pay. They said the cost.
Of what?
Of the form.
From who?
It doesn't have to.
In a country where we are all broke,
individual. Good.
In a country where we are supposed to be broke.
Speak for yourself.
So you have money.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Let me speak for myself. You will say our name again. Because you are not saying you have 100 million.
Okay. I'm not saying no. Don't put words in my mouth.
She's saying speak for yourself.
We cannot fund education. We cannot fund health. We are looking for subsidy for petrol. Every day the government comes on Guinea, we are broke. So that means that...
Michael, let me hear from let me hear from BC.
I remember that in 2014, this same president condemned the fee, which was just a 27.5 million nomination fund for presidency, and he condemned it, said it was exorbitant. It was wasteful. Today, he's in a party that they're going to be paying 100 million. So what changed from that 2014 to now in his mindset that he can allow this? I also thought that the president was someone who came in to help us organize ourselves, to help us be more prudent. What changed from that time to now that we're seeing? So for me, I just feel they are making it for people who have looted, because a normal citizen who is going to, let's start from a businessman. A businessman will not want to put 100 million into something you're not even sure of.
No guarantee.
No guarantees. So you go and keep 100 million. What if you don't get the ticket? What if you lose out of the election? That's one. A normal citizen, we have had a lot of young people saying, I want to contest for this position. I want to
They've given them 40% discount.
Disenfranchise them by this amount of money that you have mentioned.
Okay, so I want to now...
40% is still 60 million.
Forget about this percent.
No. The 40% is not 60 million. Let's do the calculation well. 40% is not 60 million.
This conversation now that, we mentioned that people can contribute, this our sister here, that people can contribute money. There's nothing like that. People are suffering right now. People are struggling right now. A lot of people are not... We have a lot of out-of-school children. On the show here, we always mention them in the newspapers. They do not have money to feed. A lot of people do not have access to medical care. Please, which category of Nigerians are the ones going to fund this 100 million for one person? Tell me the category of people. Someone like me.
She said PC, let her talk.
No, hold on. Please, I want to stay.
Not finished.
Yes, we'll come. I want to
stay. My bullet jacket.
Yes, you're okay. And I think that the conversation, I like the conversation, and I want it to be very rich, so that people watching don't just have this idealistic expectation of what the price should be or what the party should be. Because my thought was, like BC asked, what caused the change in price? But then we all know there's inflation in the country.
What caused the change in mindset?
Well, for the presidency, no, we cannot answer for the presidency.
Let me provide some clarity.
Thank you.
Even though I'm a partisan politician, I'm APC, I'm a Nigerian, and I need to be objective.
Okay.
I believe that I belong to the new breed of politicians. Now, first of all, let us be clear. The presidency and the party are two separate institutions.
They can influence one another.
Yes, absolutely. Just like, you see, the judiciary, for example, and the executive, they're two separate arms of government, all right? So I do not think that we should say, because President Muhammad Buhari is a member of APC, he makes all the decisions for the party. He can, and he may.
He's a major.
We want to see that influence.
He has been a fair leader who has said, look, we're all mature adults. You heard what he said yesterday when he said, let the party not try to impose anybody.
Yes.
That is the man that can say, I'm bringing this person, but say, you know what?
I'm not going to.
That is number one.
Okay,
number two, I want to make it clear, like I said jokingly, that what the party has said expressly is this is how much it's going to cost. And let's be honest with ourselves. There is a level of pedigree that you expect from somebody that is going to be the president of the nation.
We are changing the pedigree now.
No. There's a level of pedigree.
Is pedigree determined by money?
Thank you.
No.
We're changing it.
Let me read something to you. As we're talking, I Googled something. And I was saying, look, how much because we're also, part of the things we talked about is how much it costs to run an election. This is coming from the Economic Times. How much does it take to elect a U.S. president? That is the epitome of democracy, as it were. I'll read from
Questionably, but I'll take
Running for president isn't cheap. First line.
Okay.
The earlier one announces his or her candidacy, the higher the cost. Now, let me skip. There is no limit to how much a candidate can spend on their campaign. For some, costs can even run up to $1 billion, not naira. $1 billion. So the point I'm making is...
That's the size of the country as compared to Nigeria. Like Nigeria is just one
but we're not even doing $1 billion. We're not doing $1 billion.
Why do
How
we
much is 1 million naira?
Why do we have to copy America?
100 million.
I'm not saying. I'm putting it in perspective.
I like the... Yeah, but
it is not cheap.
I have a question for her too.
Yeah.
Please, let me just quickly ask this question, because one of the things people consider is the money for running the campaign. Does it come from the party or from the individual? This 100 million, is that what it will take to run the entire campaign?
Let me give you an instance. I am a lawyer. That is my daytime job. My nighttime job is to be a wife and a mother.
Okay.
That's my nighttime.
We do things, we know. Go ahead.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The outside room,
I don't understand, though.
Please continue.
I don't know about the outside room. I don't know.
Nighttime. I'm not asking you what
But I have gotten support from people that I didn't even expect it from.
Okay.
Say, you, Casey, I like the move you're making. It is bold, it's audacious. The money that I've spent in the last 3 months, I've come from friends and family. I haven't had to, So if I'm going to pay for my nomination form right now,
you know that you won't have to fund it.
Now, take an example. As at yesterday, I understand that people have started cutting 100 million check. It hasn't even... I was reading as I was coming in.
Isn't that worrisome?
Hey.
No, but is it not? No, please. I want to understand. Please hold on. Let's.
This is the problem. Because we are all selfish. Listen, we are all selfish. We only think of me.
Sure.
And so there are students that are not going to school. Be philanthropic. If you have 100 million to give somebody,
but people are doing that already.
No, they're still at home.
No, please. My question is it not worrisome to every one of you?
You will?
Really?
Yes. If I had the money, yes.
What is the contractual relationship you have with them?
No.
You can give a school a grant, but not ASU.
Okay, that's true.
You cannot.
Legally, you can't pay ASU. But I want to ask you.
In the school and support people. But they are doing it now.
Excuse me. I've donated this money towards students going back to school.
So have I.
Okay, so that's not our topic. Our topic is 100 million for form, and the question now is that is it fair for us to have that amount of money?
What is fair is debatable.
The question you should ask, is it morally correct?
Who is the moral parameter?
Then
in this
we are asking plenty questions. When we come back, we'll answer all these questions. Okay. Another question we should ask is, should we investigate everywhere that money comes from to be sure the money is legitimate? When we come back, we'll continue all these questions, and we hope you will join the conversation to answer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
How we're doing that? The check. Our ultimate place, PCR. Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission. How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup's on the prompter? Script? Check. Are we set in the PCR? Ultimate place? PCR. Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Thanks for staying with us. YouTube is on fire with this topic, and I'm sure Twitter is like that too. But our phone lines are buzzing, and Chidi has called from Kafancha. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Dr. Mark.
Thank you for joining.
Good morning, the barrister. Your midst.
Good morning.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
As a matter of fact, I take interest in the topic of discussion concerning the prices of buying forms as the parties have so far released. This amount is so humongous that whomsoever that is willing to provide this amount of money, for instance, 100 million, to buy a form and become the next Nigeria's president, I am worried because the person might not give Nigerians effective leadership.
Yes, I agree.
This is a country where some families are finding it absolutely difficult to feed themselves 3 square meals a day. This is a country where salaries are not paid for an upward of 6 months and above. This is a country where criminals, bandits, and other problems are not allowing farmers to go to their respective farms. I urge the leadership of the All Progressives Congress, the leading party in the country for now, to take a critical look at this amount and see how it could be drastically reduced.
You've already agreed.
Yes, so I like what the caller just said. He just sort of landed my point. A leader is someone who takes advice from another country, applies it to his own country the way it will suit. So, for instance, if I see what Tokwe is doing about raising her kids and some measures that she's putting in place, I'm not a fool to copy her hook, line, and sinker. I'm supposed to take the good things that she's doing, come home, understand the sort of children that I have, and modify it. So if you say, okay, America is spending so and so, elections are very expensive there, America does not have the sort of issues that we have. America is not fighting the sort of battles that we have. Their issues are peculiar, our issues are peculiar. We have been saying that the cost of governance is too expensive for Nigerians. We are spending so much governing nothing. We do not see the result of the governance. And a wise leader will sit down and say, how can we make this cost of how can we reduce this cost of governance? Should we start from the ticket? Can we make this ticket free? Let us screen people, not because of what you have or your pedigree, like somebody said, but because of your capacities. Should we screen people who will get in there to do the work and not thinking of recouping the money that they have spent? Should we, because after spending this money, so now listen, people will contribute. The people contributing, anybody who has the capacity to contribute this amount of money will want something in return. And so they give you their list. Exactly. Give you their list. You must put this person, put that person, put this person. Before you realize everything, you do not have the money to work with. You do not have the money to fix infrastructure. You do not have the money to send the children back to school. You do not have the money. Inflation is going up every day. People are suffering. Every day I sit down here, I get DMs of people that are hungry. I pay school fees of people that I don't even know. I can't keep saying no to everybody. I have to do my means. And yet, another person is scoffing out a huge sum of money to support one person who will get there and recoup this money back. This is becoming business. We have said we want leaders who are not going there to just benefit from the national cake. The national cake has finished.
So everybody hold on.
Okay.
Let's take Ose's conversation. Ose wants to join the conversation from Delta State. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. I want to talk about the topic that talks about the form purchase. There's nowhere in the world where politics is cheap. Politics is very expensive. You are going for power. Even in Russia and the United States, it's very expensive. Yeah. You pay financially, physically, and spiritually. So I think it's normal. If it's very cheap, everybody will be buying the form, and we will have about 2,000 aspirants for the presidency. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I like what the conversation was going to, and I want to just state this way. Are we being realistic about the cost of funding elections in Nigeria? Are we not still dealing with a Nigeria that still asks for stomach infrastructure at every point? So let's be realistic.
I want us to, look, there's a divergence between elections and governance. We're putting the two together. Okay. What we're talking about is not the cost of governance. We're talking about election and the electioneering process.
It starts from there.
Well, you see, there might be a point of overlap, but technically not. So if, for example, I contest to be the president of Nigeria, and nobody is saying you have to do it on the platform of APC, you know.
Which other platform is there?
There is PDP, there is APGA. How many registered political parties are there in Nigeria? So I wanted to put that on the table, you know. Let's be clear about that. We're saying APC. APC is just one of many. So what is, you know, we're going on and on about APC. It's one of many, number one. Number two, there's a difference between the cost of electioneering and the cost of governance. Number three, I still insist, there is a pedigree that you must bring to the table before you can say you want to be governor.
Just to support that point. Just support that point. If you cannot, if you are not in leadership,
what do you have to offer the country?
If you don't have enough leadership,
will you vote for your driver to be president of Nigeria? Will you?
Excuse me. It's my driver now.
No. If he comes now, it's free.
Will you vote for me? Will my driver vote for me, even if I don't have the money to be...
No, you have not answered my question. Don't answer the question with the question. Will you vote for your driver?
Listen,
I talked about pedigree.
My driver.
There's a pedigree. YK, let me hear YK.
I just want to say something, I beg. I am not talking about governance, and I'm saying when you aspire with so much money to become president of Nigeria, my problem is, what are you thinking of as your gain? Is it that when you use 100 million to buy the form, when you get there, you will look for 100 billion?
Before.
So, is it an investment? Because to me now,
it's an investment business.
Presidency, being the president is now seeming like a business venture. It's not looking like I want to go and help my country. I haven't finished. Answer your call. Answer your call.
All right, I've been given permission by YK to answer Oladimeji, who has called from Songo.
Go ahead.
Oladimeji, welcome to the show.
Oh, good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Oladimeji. I'm calling from Songo, sir.
Go ahead, please. We can hear you.
Okay. You see, the issue about this APC nomination form of 100 billion for presidency is really a very, very, very bad omen for our future leaders. Because I can't imagine a country where people hardly eat, where people hardly feed, where a family man, a grown-up family man with five
struggling.
Where a family man with 5 kids strive hard to collect to earn 30,000 naira every month. And imagine our politicians are coming to sell a presidential form for 100 million. This is totally uncalled for. They really have to. Our students, Nigerian students are back home.
Meji, you're just, you know, you're expressing the same worry we've heard on this table, and I can understand many Nigerians are sharing that same opinion, but we're trying to make it as divergent as possible. YK.
So I haven't finished. So when you now use that kind of money
to buy just form,
you have because I hear you about contribution. this is contribution just for form. This is not contribution for campaign. No, this is not contribution to be working the whole local government of Nigeria. This is only for paper. Paper.
You will see paper.
No, there is one. One is the paper is
interest.
70 million. Then when I just say I want to be president,
no, it's
equal to 100 million.
Yeah.
Now, the second thing I want to ask, because I know all the people who have
indicated
interest in that party to become president. Ministers, vice president is there, Kiniko, Labour, Kiniko is there, Attorney General.
Ebeka Hagesi with Diego.
Where
the money from?
So, me, if I'm EFCC, I will look for who. If you are a political office holder and you drop that money, I will find out where you got that money. That's
okay.
Number one.
So,
number two, tax people. Look, shine your eye. Anybody who don't 100 million, check his tax record. Has he been paying tax? That's the only thing I want to say. I rest my case.
You know, somebody just
YK, this stuff.
Because you will not come and ask me that I'm making cash check for tax.
Yakub has called in on the show. Let's hear what Yakub has to say on this topic. Yakub, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Sister Tope, and then Sister Yedi, good morning. Obi, and then your guest.
Good morning, good morning.
Her name is Casey. Beautiful name.
As far as I'm concerned, your guest in your midst, she said something earlier that it is not compulsory to go and buy from APC, which is true. You can go to any other party. But the question is that, apart from APC and PDP in this country, what other party that you can go and contest to be a president of this country and then you won the election? I can tell you for free, there's none. That is the truth. But basically, don't let us look at that very particular form, 100 billion in loans. Yes, the money is so high. I agree. But they know the people that want to fight for that very particular place. They know themselves. They know they can afford that money. That is why they put it high. But they did some certain thing right. One of which is that if you are under 40 years age, they slash the money by 50%. Meanwhile, if you are 30-something or 40 years of age, you may not be able to even afford that 50 million as well. But they should do something that I really like. If you are a woman and then you are fight for political party in that very particular party, the form is free. The form is free. So if you are fighting for House of Representatives or the State House of Assembly, the money is just 2 million. But basically what I'm trying to say this morning is that if you buy the form 100 million, yes, the first thing the person that won the election will definitely done is that to recruit that very particular amount of money for. That is the truth. But the people that we saw in APC today, that they want to become the president of this country, they already have the liquid. I don't think that one is a problem. So basically, I'm praying we should be able to have a good leader in this country. Any amount of money they pay, we are less concerned. When you get here, we should be able to give up what we need. If you don't give us, Nigerian citizens should be able to protest and then fight against them.
Okay, so we're going to come. We're taking a break.
All the people who are buying from, or all the people who have indicated.
Just a second.
Just one thing.
Sorry.
Somebody is okay.
All the people that have indicated, they all have stake. They are all stakeholders in that party and inside governments.
Two things. Sorry. Someone put a comment and said, can they take Sunday idea? You know, the person should ask the party. But again, we must not lose focus of the fact that at least they've done one thing for the women. That is an effort.
I don't have a problem with it.
That is an effort that
you have problems. Please, you see, we will have problem with everything. But many people complaining.
Thank you, APC.
Many people complaining. Hello.
No, it's too low.
Many people complaining are complaining on social media and they don't have their PVC. And a million complaints on social media will not change the result of the election. Number one. Number two, 100 million can come from 100,000 people contributing 1,000 naira each.
Exactly.
100,000 people just dropping 1,000 naira can say All these people, I don't want them. I want, yes. If we want to change this country, we need to stop tweeting and writing behind our phone. Put your money down and say, I want this person that is not popular. I want APC to become my president. I will gather the money and let her get the form. We will work together. But we need to stop lip service because it costs a lot of money to run an election in this country. And they have to use money to create a benchmark to reduce noise, because you will now have 50 presidential candidates, all of them saying they want to get to the internal ballot, when in that fact they cannot raise 100 million. If you cannot raise 100 million, you cannot raise the 1 billion necessary to run the election. So let's be realistic. I don't like what is happening, but it is the reality on ground. And with that, we have come to the end of this segment. We have come, I am the host for today. We have come to the end of this segment.
We will give you a free form.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we change our topic. You go and argue on Twitter. Go and argue on Instagram. We take a break, we come back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Introducing Good Night Power Shop.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission. How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission. How we're doing.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity
Thanks for staying with us. Well, we cannot exhaust the issue of the form or the election or the fact that we need to get more involved or the fact that people agree or disagree. That's politics. People would agree and disagree. So we're going to box up that conversation and let social media continue, and then we might bring it back. But now there is something we've been discussing since Monday when the news broke about Chrisland and the reaction of the school. And then now the government has reacted by closing down the school. There are people saying it makes sense to close down the school. Some people are saying it doesn't make sense to close down the school. What is your own view concerning Chrisland and the reaction of the government towards the school? Join the conversation by calling us. The number will be on the screen. We'd like to hear from YK first. I need you to change because I know in your mind the only thing you want to talk about is politics. But calm down and let's talk.
Be calm down. We're here for you. Be calming down.
Yes, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And let's change the topic to Chrisland, which is another major issue, actually.
Yes, gosh. Can somebody else talk?
Okay, let me start. So, I know that when tempers are high, we always quickly take decisions that we may, at the end of the day, regret. When we are calmer, we now see the errors of those decisions. And that's why when things are heating up, it's advised that you stay calm and observe the situation before you take a decision. So I know in our homes, we have this egg that will just spoil in the crates. We don't take the whole crate and trash it because there's a spoiled egg there. We take out the spoiled egg, we bring out the other eggs, we clean them out, and we rearrange them, so that you do not hurt every other person who is not guilty of what you're talking about or what you're dealing with. So going to close the school down because of what happened in Dubai is extreme for me, because now they may have thousands of students, and this is examination time where they are going to be writing some registering for NECO, WAEC, and all that. And you close down the school because something has happened. You end up hurting other children. Right now, the parents are confused. Where do we take our children to? Our schools are not really receiving people now. This is the beginning of a new term. And do we want to change the school and then they reopen and we take the children back? Or it's confusing for
Did you share this opinion when Doen was happening?
No, I've never agreed with closing down the school. So my position is, you don't close down the school. You can start by, let's say, fining the school. You can start by giving them punishment measures. You can start by taking out the leadership, changing certain things in the school, but do not affect the curricula of the other students who who are not guilty in the first place. So you don't hurt everybody because something has happened here. You isolate the situation and deal with it.
So I want Casey to come from, I don't want you to come as a mother, because I know that there is the part of being a mother, there is the angle of a business.
Yeah.
Because it is a business, and there's the angle of regulation. I want the legal perspective and regulation perspective from you. The school has been shut down. Is that legal? Can the school sue the government for shutting them down? Is it the right way to go about it from the legal and regulatory perspective?
Okay. My approach to this would be, what is the government trying to achieve? I think when you look at everything holistically, my own issue with the school is, it seems like there was a level of concealment of what happened. You know, if this kind of thing happened, you need to involve the parents, you need to bring it to their attention, you need to deal with the process.
Can you even report yourself to the government that this issue has happened?
Well, you see, again, it's a tricky one because minors are involved. You understand? So there has to be some sort of balance. You know, like when you read some reviews and there is a minor that is standing charge, they blur their face because they're minors. You know, we're talking about a primary school. So can the government legally shut down a school? Capital, yes, because they're the regulators. You know, they license them. If you license, you can penalize, and you can do as you wish under your regulatory conditions. Now, should the school have been shut down by the government? I think maybe not. What I think the government is trying to do, and in this instance, for the first time this morning, I agree with Obiajulu.
We'll fight after the show.
I don't have to agree with her on that one. You're trying to, you know, sanction the school.
But it's affecting
yes,
thousands.
And then now there are a lot of children, and she's given a very valid point, that are being punished in the process. I think that so take, for example, those of our viewers that look at what is happening in Russia and Chelsea. They're trying to get Abramovich. And then they sanction him in such a way that it hurts him without necessarily destroying the club. So you can do that. You can say, we can query the teachers that with them, suspend the teachers,
you're seeking more
go through the process. Yes. You see, shutting down the school just looks like, throwing away the baby with the bath water.
I know, YK, you share this sentiment too, but I feel that I want your opinion because you're a mother, grandmother, and you hear this kind of thing happen in a school where your niece is or your nephew is. What would be the expectation you want the government to?
I agree totally with what Obiajulu and Casey have said. I don't think the school should have even been closed. They should have isolated the cases, like Obiajulu said, and dealt with the issue. The Casey said there was concealment. Yes, the school is, I've said it from day one, that the school too is liable and culpable because the level of concealment. Though I was reading a Punch today that apparently last week they had reported to the police about the matter. I don't know. I just read it in the Punch this morning. I think it's a bit. It's too
reactionary.
Yes, closing not just one school, the school where
the whole campus,
whole 6
all
schools.
over.
Apparently there are 6.
So I actually, my cousin, I have people in the school, like family in the school, and I'm just worried about the impact it will have on their education. But I also know that if we don't do something, if the government didn't do this, actually people asked for this on social media. People were asking for a close down. You need to investigate. This is not the first time we are hearing about this. It's sexual related. They didn't close it the first time. But this is another sexual issue. Related in the school. So a sexual related issue happening twice in the school should be a cause for investigation. That there might be more that have happened that did not make it to the social media space. So maybe they should close the school to investigate. Maybe the government feels doing this might give us more time to interview everybody.
Can you remember when lives were lost in Queen's College?
Yes.
They didn't close Queen's College.
Yes.
I know Lagos State don't have power over Queen's College. But Queen's College, even till today,
You still feel there wasn't justice there?
There wasn't justice served for Queen's College, for the Queen's College students that were involved in that matter. Do you understand? You know, so I think, I know this is a...
Am I hearing you say because it's a private school?
No, not because it's a private school. If it was because it was a private school, they should close them down. Because they're making money. They're making big money, as far as I'm concerned. The students, the children that they don't have any business in this matter, what are they going to do? I don't know if it's double standards, because during the Dowen matter, I thought it was good that the government closed the school. But then it involved the death of a child at that time. You know, and bullying is not anything to be sneezed at. Sexual killing is not anything to be sneezed at either. But since they can isolate, the children...
Could they isolate?
So may
Could they isolate? Because maybe there were more people, more actors in this movie than we are aware of.
Let me just say to that.
You think they can't do it without closing? They can't investigate without closing?
Maybe they couldn't. Maybe the ministry has checked and they realize they need to talk to a lot of people, and they can't do that if the school is in session.
I disagree.
You know, well, you see, what I've also learned is that sometimes things are not always as they seem.
True.
People that are in governance and in leadership, they probably are privy to some information that we're not. But two fundamental things to note. Unfortunately, there is a complete breakdown of trust between the populace and the government. So that the first reaction we have for anything that our government does, because we don't trust them and
crucify them.
They've hurt us over and over again, is for us to disagree whether it's right or not. It's like, we have started again. So there might be a reason to that. Again, secondly, is the fact that there are more fundamental issues. And that is the fact that, I just wanted to mention this, you cannot outsource parenting. Somebody said, if truly something happened to this child, that was a new thing that had happened, the parent, there should be a change, something. You can notice when something is wrong with your child. You know, you come in, something, you say, what's wrong? My daughter will say, nobody's playing with me. At least I know that something happened. You know, so you don't outsource parenting. You know, that is the more fundamental thing for us
to take note. Let me take Motude, then I'll come to you, BC. Motude has called him Babatunde. Welcome to the show, all the way from Ikeja, right close to us here. How are you doing?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, about the Chrisland school issue, I know it's an unfortunate incident that happens, and I think we need to look at parental issues. That is the home front. Then the school also has a role to play in the moral upbringing of these children. Right? But as for closing down of the school, I don't think it's the right approach. You cannot say, because just like Obiajilu said, you cannot close down the whole school because of issues that happened among 76 children, and particularly not even 37 children now, just about a few of them. You now close the whole school down. I think that is rushing to take into a decision. So I will advise that the school should be reopened while government do the right thing in just investigating and disciplining whoever is culpable.
So let me even ask this question. What is the job of the Ministry of Education? What sort of policies do they have when issues like this happen? Is there no part of their policy where they can take over the administration of the school for better investigation while they are sorting the matter and other students are allowed to have their school? What plans do they have? Because for me, closing the school is a very, I would say, is a lazy man's attitude to handling the issue. Okay, everybody go home. No, hold on. Everybody go home. Let your parents be handling you. Let us investigation. I know. The closing of the school is going to affect the children's education. It's going to affect their curriculum. When they come back, and you know the way Lagos State is, for instance, every curriculum works together. When they come back now, these children will lose years, or months, depending on when they decide to open. But what does the Ministry of Education do? How do they impact in the training of these teachers? We saw what I would call the negligence. These kids had ample time to do whatever they were doing, and there was nobody supervising. So this is the time that the Ministry of Education will say, okay, what sort of training do you have for your teachers? What sort of modalities do you put in place to care for this one? How can we...
I honestly have a feeling this conversation is taking place because I think we are assuming...
we can have this
without closing
the school. The ministry just needs to take over for the meantime and fish out what has gone wrong.
Let me hear what Happiness has to say.
Be suspended.
Happiness has called us. Happiness, welcome to the show. Good morning from London.
Hello, please. Hello, can you hear me?
Very loud and clear.
Can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Happiness. Go ahead.
Yeah, please, can I have the phone number of journalist hangout first before I ask my question?
We cannot. I don't know the phone number. Yeah, watch the past episodes of Journalist Hangout on YouTube. The numbers will be there. You can now save the number on your phone, which is what true fans do. People have our numbers saved on their phone. So, thank you, Happiness. I think that we're usually quick to assume the government isn't working. And I know, I tend to do that too. But I also understand the fact that I have read people's comments on what happened in Chrisland. Beyond this isolated situation, there are many other stories that came out. Parents that took their kids out now came out to say why they took their kids out. So maybe this Ministry of Education, having heard so many other issues that happened across different places, have realized there is a need to properly go through all of them. And I think that you cannot interview staff when the school is in session because who will not be it? Because you need to interview teachers, interview people. But I would like, what I would like is for the government for the minister to let us know how long this will take place and try to reduce how long the school will be closed so that we can speed up the process. But I believe that it might make sense to close.
And also, is learning taking place? Have they found a way to ensure that
I don't think for now that's
still learning?
Have you put yourself in that position? If your child was in that school, your child is going to be losing time, educative time.
Yeah, and I know some people will take their children out, even though it's mid-session.
But can you imagine how many? I don't know how many children are in one school.
Yes, it's a big school. It's a big school.
So that's why I say, for me, I believe the teachers that went with them to Dubai, I think those ones definitely should be sanctioned.
Of course.
Suspended or whatever until they can prove themselves innocent of negligence.
I also think that our government don't talk to us enough. That is something I'm appealing to government. Let's do it more. It would also help to improve.
It's not people now that are in power.
It's not in power yet.
Government now.
Are you not APC?
No.
APC.
But
I'm a lawyer. In my firm, we talk. We do memos a lot.
Let me take Ade from London.
Yeah, good morning, ladies. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. Good morning.
Okay, I want to go to this angle. If any of you, as you are sitting down there, having a birthday for your children, maybe your child is 11 years old, and you invite other children to your house for the birthday, is it going to be possible for any of them, male boys and girls, to go into your bathroom and be doing such a thing without you knowing?
It's possible.
So the fault is the school's fault. Everything is for the school. Don't blame the parents. The parents have trained their child, even though they are bad in their house. But once they are in the care of the school, it's the responsibility of the school to look after where is every student. So that's why I give you that illustration. You can't pretend that I'll go and be ready for my children. I don't know when they went to my bathroom. Everybody will blame you.
That scenario is possible.
The fault of the school.
Yeah, I think that I think we're missing the point. Anybody who wants to do something is going to watch you that you are watching him. Because you are not thinking what he or she is thinking. He or she will carry that act out. Under your supervision. Yes, you are responsible. Yes, but they will still do it. Children, when they want to do things, will do it, whether there is supervision
can still find a way.
not. They will find a way.
Yes.
So is it
working?
I want to know if Ade is going to answer to you.
Is he still there?
Are you still there?
Listen, Wyke.
Yes.
He
wants to answer.
I agree that I'm responsible, but I'm saying that they can actually do things under my supervision without me.
Let me tell you, anything that concerns the children It's a special arrangement you have to make for them. Anything that concerns children is a special arrangement. These are children. So you don't treat them like adults. So you have to prepare that anything can happen. So your eagle eye must be watching them.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Yes, so I know that...
anyway,
okay, she's still there.
YK, if you want to contest, I will buy you the phone for the 100 million.
See? It's about having clouds.
You already have 100 million. You start people get their 100 million.
But let me add that, like he said, when you are hosting children, you must have an eagle eye because you are going to be bringing different children. This is not about how their parents have trained them. This is about what you do under my roof at the time that you're with me. And teachers and caregivers are supposed to be specially trained.
Yes.
To spot it.
To spot the behavior, to spot the smile, to spot when the notes are passing from table to table. A teacher should spot it. Which note did you write? Now they've called out, I remember when I was teaching, you will see things happening, you will see signs, they've not even done anything, but you're already observing their movements and that is the job. You are supposed to be trained on child psychology. There is no excuse for that. You are taking them away from their comfort zone. You are supposed to be with them. Take turns. If, okay, it's the night time, some people need to sleep. In the midnight, carry torchlights, check around. That's your job. So leave the training the parents have given to the children. The fact that they are with you, you should prevent them from doing whatever it is that is against the cultures that you're, or the morals that you're trying to have in that environment. It is your responsibility.
Okay, as we wrap up,
take full ownership.
We're wrapping up, and I want to ask about...
Have even been left alone in the room.
Yes, take full ownership.
So we know that you have declared your political ambition.
Is it for president?
No, not presidency.
Not yet.
Not yet. I like the not yet.
House of Assembly, Ogun State. Ijebu-Ode constituency.
Oh, you're my sister.
Forget, you know. I said Ijebu-Ode constituency.
It does not reach Alagbole.
Not Alagbole. Idemwo. Isoro. Okay, sorry. I went to Ogun State.
So
Ogun State, yeah.
we would like to know a bit of, because I, for one, and this platform, this show, is open to supporting as many women to get into position of power. More importantly, we want them in the National Assembly so that when laws that will favor women come up, we have enough votes by ourselves to at least sway things and lobby, enough voices to lobby. But you probably have your own agenda, so let me let you say what your own agenda is for your people.
How much is your phone?
Let's not distract. Let's focus on that one.
Now we can raise that for you.
Yeah, thank you. Live TV. My phone is 500 and I'm getting it from Obianju.
No, I said we can raise that for you.
All right.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me. So, my full name is Mokesi Oluwaseun Adedamola. Politically, I'm known as Akesi. I'm running under the platform of APC for Ogun House of Assembly, Ijebu-Ode constituency. I grew up all my life in Akure, but my dad is from Ijebu. And so we'd always shuttle. And when my dad was in his early 90s, he woke up one day after 55 years in Akure and said, I'm going home, I want to go and die at home. And did God tell you are dying tomorrow? He said no. And so, you know, they went back. And then I now begin to frequent, you know, usually I would go once a month, but now because my dad, I'm daddy's girl, so I'm going a lot more. And then I begin to see the level of decadence and the impact. And I come from a remote side of Ijebu-Ode. So, you know, they call us this way too. Those ones on the way to Epe. And I come from one of those villages, you know. What was the turning point in my life and that made me make this decision that I must contribute to my quota? Yoruba people say, I ba won simbe. If you are not at the table, you cannot make a contribution to what has been said. And I'm sorry, in a country of 180, 200 million people, we're not all going to Japa. There is no country in the world that can take all of us. So those of us that are still here, we must continue to contribute our quota and be able to be a leading light. You know, in maritime, there's something called a leading light. When you're bringing a ship into a new city, you look for the leading light. That the people in the diaspora can say, if Akesi can do it, so can I. If this girl can do it, she's audacious, she's able to do it, so can you. But back to my story. So one of those days I came to see my dad and I took a walk. Then I went to the health center in my village in Itamakmaku. And then I saw pregnant women. So I'm saying, what are you people doing here?
they said they were coming to have the antenatal. And I asked, do you actually deliver babies? They said, yes. I asked a very rude question. Human beings or, I don't understand.
Animals.
I said, you know, I couldn't say the other one. They said human beings. Being a mother myself, I saw the state of it. So I came back, spoke with my friends. We raised quite a bit of money, my spouse. Then we renovated. Little did I know. I didn't do it because I had political ambition. I did it because I wanted to do good for myself. There was a need, you know, and we did a few other things. We had money and we did a few other things. 6 months down the line, we were doing a campaign for counselors. So I came to support the counselor from my ward. We came with, you know, bread, books, you know, all of the things. So my husband drove me. He took me. So he wanted to open the truck. He opened it, he was going to close it back, he cut his hand. Guess what saved the hand?
That hospital?
That hospital that you renovated.
They were able to give him anti-tetanus and able to stitch it before we got to Lagos. If, you know, Yoruba say,
it comes round.
When you throw the stone into the market, it eats your sibling, it eats your kinsman. So here I am at KC, Ogun State House of Assembly, 2023, under APC. I'm appealing to the powers that be, to the governor and all of the decision makers. Give us a chance. It's just 500,000.
You know,
I believe I can.
Honestly, I appreciate, we put you on a tough spot with that topic because I know left to you, you probably would want to swing, be able to freely express it. But when we knew you were APC, we told you you have to defend your party in that decision. But you mentioned something during the debate that I believe every of our viewers should note. If we don't get involved in partisan politics, we will have to vote for whoever the parties bring out.
Presents to us. True.
Whether you are going to vote whatever you get. So, and the partisan politics is played by the people who understand it, and they would form the delegates. She's going to appeal to delegates. Delegates might not have PhD. Delegates might be hungry and looking for the next food to eat. Delegates might be willing to trade his delegates' ability for that immediate food.
That bread.
So we, the people that we feel like we are enlightened enough, must get involved so that we become delegates and we can then vote enlighten people into power. What would be your final words?
My final words would be, I would just like to say, it's not enough for you to get your PVC like you said. If you get, it is the politics and the parties that produces the candidates. If we do not have a good process, it's not INEC. If we do not have a good process in which we're looking for capability, capacity, and pedigree, then we'll just churn out anybody that is able to afford the nomination form.
That's my problem.
Beyond the nomination form.
The pedigree of people who we know who we suspect.
When your final words. You know, please join a political, and please come and join APC.
This is not the platform for that campaign.
Support.
Yes, get your PVC.
For Ogun House of Assembly. Ijebu constituency 2023. Give women a chance. Thank you very much. Thank you. Endorse me. YK, endorse you.
YK, endorse a woman.
Endorse me now.
No, because of the campaign.
No, leave that one.
I'm
campaigning as myself. Endorse me.
I like you.
And for YK to say that, believe me, YK does not bed easily. That note, we end the show. Thank you for staying with us all through. Catch the repeats. If you missed a lot, it was a very, very interesting show. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.